and welcome to That Squirrel Speaks. Today is Thursday, March 7th, and this is episode 258, I think. I am Aimee Beth, I know that. Also known as the Fat Squirrel on Ravelry and the Fat SQRRL on Instagram. Hi, how are you? It is actually, oh, my dogs are laying next to each other. They never do that. It's so cute. Well, I was just going to tell you that it's a lovely day in Indiana and the actual sun is shining, and so that it's coming through the window, and my dog Annie, who's our older dog, loves to lay in sunshine. It's her thing. And she is tolerating Gus laying next to her, probably because she won't remove from her sunshine, and it is so cute. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway. Oh, it's a lovely day. We have sun. It is like in the 50s. I know this is the time of false hope. Like I just, like it's probably going to be sleeting in 24 hours, but it is really nice right now. I put my seed order in. Actually, I thought I put my seed order in last week, but apparently I didn't hit the actual confirm that I wanted that seed order button. So whatever the seed order is in, I'm going to do peas for the first time. I've never done peas before. Right? The yard's looking pretty dingy, I'm not going to lie. Ooh. We have a small raised bed garden in our backyard, and it's all looking pretty rougher for the season. Oops. So sometime soon that's going to start happening. My kiddo, she had the day off yesterday because it was a parents in touch day, a school day. She actually had a day off the other day because our bus drivers went on like mini strike. But anyway, neither here nor there. What was I saying? She had the day off. Oh. So we did some errands and it was amazing. We were out walking and we actually we went to the bakery and tried to park as far away as we could to be reasonable because it was just so nice. We actually got hot while we were walking. What? What is that? It's lovely. And then we went to the library because I had some books on hold, which I almost forgot. Oops. And our little conservatory is right next to our local library. And it's called the Garfield Park Conservatory, which apparently there is a fancy one in Chicago. This one is, it's fancy in its own way, but it's not very big, but it is awesome. It's really cool. It's such a lovely resource to have within walking distance. It's only like a mile away. But as we were driving to the library, the sign for the conservatory is on that street. And Tova saw that there was a bulb show, the spring bulb show. And so we thought, let's just go in there and see what's going on. And it was beautiful. They just had like one very large room filled with bulbs, but it was gorgeous. There was hyacinths and it was almost overwhelmingly scented. Whew. But it was gorgeous and lush and just, so perfect. And then we went through the rest of the conservatory as well since we were already there. And it was really nice. We haven't been in a long time. We went a lot when Tova was a wee person because they have like toddler classes. And at the end of the class, you got to feed the koi fish, which was the whole reason. Whole reason for going. Excuse me. But so it was so fun to go with her as she's, we've been since she was a toddler, but, to go with her when she is actually like a person who reads her own signage. And she's recently become very interested in succulents and houseplants, like within the last year or so. And so she just really enjoyed herself. Oh, yes, Gus is interested in ducky memo today. And so it was really nice. And she just really enjoyed herself. And I really enjoyed that she was enjoying herself. Oh, and then there's like 3 different places that they have koi, like in the water features. And on one of the last ones, there was this little silver koi. I think it was he, he could not have been any bigger than that, fins and tail and all. In fact, he was smaller than that. And he was like the most beautiful electric silver. And I tried to take a picture of him, and it did him no justice. And it was just, I was so taken by him. And it was just such a beautiful, like, it was just such a nice moment. And I was so thankful. Sometimes you forget to look for beautiful things just because, like, drudgery and stuff. And I always enjoy the things that I know I'm going to enjoy. Like, I always enjoy my wool, and I enjoy my animals, and I enjoy my family, and I enjoy my home, and I enjoy... But sometimes I forget to look for beautiful things that are not familiar to me, like that are going to be a surprise thing. And so it was just so lovely, especially when things are kind of cruddy. He was just the beautifulest little fish. He was so tiny. None of the other fish are small, just him. So thanks, universe. Thanks for a tiny koi fish. What were we talking about? But we've just been having a good time. Tova has recently become more interested in baking and stuff. I think the talk of, like, well, we won't get into that, but she really loves cinnamon rolls and cinnamon bread for some reason, and I just don't make them correctly for her, probably because I always try to sneak in whole wheat. But I actually, at the same time, somehow, well, probably because it got popular or was, like, promoted in the New York Times, but she came to me and was like, let's try this Japanese milk bread thing. And so it's a technique called tongzong, and it's originally Chinese, but it was adopted by the Japanese for this milk bread. And basically, it's a very similar technique to regular bread, except you kind of do, they call it a starter, but you know, usually we think of starters as being leavened in some way, but you basically cook, it's like kind of like a roux, but you cook milk and flour together and then let that cool, and then that becomes, it's not a very big percentage of the overall flour weight, but we tried it with cinnamon rolls, and they were the most successful cinnamon rolls we've had. It was lovely, and it was easy to work with. I was afraid it was going to be like a real wet dough, but it was super wonderful to work with. Excuse me. It was very enjoyable. And then King Arthur and the New York Times did an article about Japanese milk bread, and then King Arthur has several recipes, including the one for cinnamon rolls that use that technique. And actually, I think King Arthur even has an article on their blog about how to adopt any bread recipe to that, to use that starter method. Because I'm sure it's just a percentage of your flour weight. But anyways, it was very good. And it was fun to see her interested in it and making it. And then yesterday we made donuts. I'm not gonna lie, I think she's been reading about sheltering in place, and I think maybe she's just trying to, like, make sure that she can, the perishable things that she enjoys, I think she's more invested in trying to learn how to make them. I'm on board. I'm on board for that. So we make a good time. It's been very enjoyable. Oh my goodness. So I guess those are our shenanigans. I'm trying to think if we've done anything interesting otherwise. I don't think we have. But the bulb show is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, they had little grape hyacinths. I love them. And then our tulips are coming up. Oh, when I saw them, I was like, oh, it's too early. And then I was like, no, wait, it actually is March. They might be fine. Gotta get peas in, gotta get seeds started. It's all coming. It's all coming. Enjoy the peace while it's still here. We're about to just ramp right up again. Chai latte. It's my favorite. With the oat milk. Thanks, guys. I haven't tried to make my own oat milk yet, but I mean, it's on the list of things to do. I don't think I can get Tova invested in oat milk. I think I'm going to be the only person in the house who's interested in that. But I'm going to try to figure it out. I'm into it. Gus is into it. Sure. You're into it, right, Gus? You want to come say hello? Gus, you threw Ducky Momo. See? Say hi to Gus. He's looking a little like he needs a bath, probably. He probably needs a bath. But he's real cute. Oh, he's so soft. He's so soft. Even when he needs a bath, he's super soft. Say hi, Gus. Anyway, so maybe we should talk about knitting and spinning and things. Oh, sorry, Gus. Before I forget, because I've already forgotten, I am wearing my, what's it called? First Flurries hat, which is a pattern by Meliabella. It's published in Keegan Lane Designs. It's available as a hat and a headband. I did the test knit for this. So mine is in Handspun, and I forgot all about this little hat. It was in the back of the accessory bin, but isn't it lovely? And it's a really sweet little pattern that looks great in semi-solids. It looks great in Handspun. It looks great in variegateds. And it's just enough texture to kind of keep you interested. But it has a slouchy fit. And it's really soft in the Handspun and light. So lovely. So yay, that. And then just anything else I need to tell you before I go further. I think the only other thing I need to say is in terms of like administrativeness is that there will be a shop update the last Friday of March, and it'll have cute bags. I think you'll like them. There's definitely toadstools. Do you see me looking? There's definitely toadstools. There's definitely cute woodland creatures by Ray Ritchie. She's my fave. There's definitely some cute little houses. It's gonna be cute, y'all. There's bunnies. There's bunnies. Okay. I think there was something else I was supposed to tell you, but I can't think of what it was, and there probably really isn't, and I'll just tell you next time. I'm not gonna look at that, just tell you next time. Okay, so I have some finished objects. Oh, let's talk. Well, I just took my hat off, so let's talk about knitting first. I finished my Midas hat. Why don't I put some sort of marking in the back? I could just do like one little duplicate stitch. Anyway, I finished my Midas hat. So this I knit with La Bien Aimee, which is a single in her Winter Garden colorway, but I held that double with a skein of mohair silk. I think this one might be knit. It's either Knit Picks or Southampton. It probably is Southampton by Valley Yarns, which is of course Webb's house brand. But I can't really tell a difference between them. I mean, I'm sure if I held them side by side, I could tell a difference. But just to like look at it, I don't know the difference. But yeah, so I knit the brim just with the single, and then knit the outside of the hat with the mohair held double. And it is so lovely and delicate. I'm trying to get it in the light, but also to focus. And also so you're not looking at my greasy hair. What? Isn't it just gorgeous? So yeah, I think it turned out really well. And hopefully this means that it won't snow, because this is my snow hat. Because, you know, clearly. And I forgot, I apologize. The Midas hat is a pattern by Laura Reinbach. So yeah, I'm very pleased with how it turned out. Isn't it cute? And so fluffy. Oh. And this La Bien Aimee was gifted to me by a beautiful viewer, so thank you so much. Yeah, I'm super pleased with it. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, thanks, Gus. Then I also finished my Ysolda's Colorwork Club. So I signed up for its 3 months of a colorwork pattern and the yarn to make it once a month for 3 months. And you can get it in 3 different colorways. There was like a naturals option, a traditional option, and a brights option. So the first month was the Brunstane cowl. So you get a printed pattern and the yarn. Okay, so let me show you my finished object. Right. Isn't it cute? I totally love it. It is with Rauma. Let me see. Rauma Petter, which was 100% superwash wool. You needed 1 50-gram skein of the blue, and then you needed 100 grams of the orange and the natural. And it's a light worsted / DK. Oh, I should have brought over. I totally made granny squares with the scraps, and they're super cute. Ooh. But isn't that cute? It was totally fun. Such a pleasant little project. And let me just discuss. I love Ysolda's charts. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to show them to you without showing you too much information. So, I'll just show you this much. So first of all, she has them done, since it's a colorwork club and she's sending you the yarn. I guess I don't need to talk to you through this, do I? Whatever. So since she knows the 3 colors that you're going to be working with, you get this awesome chart. So it's the same chart for the hat, but you get it in each of the 3 colorways. So it's like perfect. And then if you decide later on that you don't necessarily want it in those 3 colorways, it's also offered in just a grayscale. But look at the next to the grayscale. See what she does there? She has it with the colors off to the side so you can see your, do you know what I mean? So you can see that like one color is staying the same the whole way and the other strand is changing. Such a good, I'm very pleased with it. Very pleased with this kit. Plus it comes in a cute little paper envelope, which makes me very happy. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that, but I just did. So this month's I'd already got, and it's a hat, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, I'm gonna cast that on soonly. Okay. So that's that. Okay, now let's talk about finished spinning. Because I did finish some spinning. Right. So this is Knitspin Farm Scattered Rainbows, which was the 2017 Unicorn Summer Back Club, which was given to me by Amber because her face is the most generous. And so it was 6 batlings, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, lavender, purple, something. And so I chain plied them. And I just, again, it was in my whole like, stop being precious about stuff. Enjoy your wool. Spin it up. It'll be what it'll be. And then you'll either make something with it or you won't. Just enjoy it. And I did. And I think Tova has already claimed it, although I don't know what it'll be yet. So yeah, so that was about 135 yards of DK-ish weight. Over enjoyable. And then I also spun up 4 ounces of Into the World Superwash BFL in the End of Innocence colorway. And this was also gifted to me. This is like, I didn't write it down, but I'm almost positive this is a colorway from 2013. I'm pretty sure it was gifted to me several years ago. and it had already lived in somebody else's stash for a minute. Still insanely lovely to spin. Not at all compacted, drafted beautifully. You can see it's super fat and airy and squishy. Just gorgeous. Such a good testament to her fiber that it can live 6 years on the shelf, and still be just a delight to spin. Right? Isn't that just a beautiful color? Oh, so exciting. And then, trying not to be precious, I had hoarded 8 ounces of spun right round. She didn't do fiber for quite some time, but back when she did, I think she started again. Yay. But she had like just little odds and ends packs, like 4 ounces of odds and ends. So this is 2 of those. And I did not plan it at all. I just spun it as I took them out of the bag. And so I have this great, almost 8 ounce skein. I think I lost a bob or 2 along the way. Of just crazy, great, probably Aran, maybe bulky weight yarn. Isn't it gorgeous? It smells really nice. Of course it does. It smells like Tufts. I am just so pleased with how it turned out. I was a little bit concerned about doing it as a 2-ply versus a chain ply, because there was a good variety of color. They were truly odds and ends. A lot of them were fun brights, but then you also had, you know, some like smokier colors. And I was like, ooh, like for example, right here, I was like, ooh, what's going to happen? I love how it turned out. I really dig how it turned out. So, yeah. Right? And why does it smell so good? So I really love how it turned out. And it is super duper, it's very springy, very squishy. And that's why I got to try it outside. That's why it smells so nice. This was my first skein this year to go outside on the porch to dry. Right. So enjoyable. So, all 3 of these folks make beautiful fiber, spun right round, into the world, and of course Knit Spin Farm. So enjoyable. Oh! And then I have another fun one on the wheel. Well, it's not quite on the wheel yet. From Moon Kitten Studios, and I'm excited to show you that next time because it's super fun, bright colors. Whee! And then let's talk about knitting in progress. Okay, so I don't have anything new to show you. My Sammal sweater, and I apologize, I really did try to find the pronunciation of that. Apparently it's moss, which makes perfect sense. But I have a whole body and part of a sleeve. Right. Oh! And I'm not going to lie to you. I was really afraid that I was going to be like super sloggy on the sleeves because, to be honest with you, I don't knit a ton of sleeves in my life. I do knit a lot of sleeveless sweaters. Both because they're fun, because they use less yarn, because they pill less, because there's less sweater on sweater action, because they're cooler. All of these things are good reasons. And also sleeves. Not as fun to knit. Just gonna be honest. But I am pleasantly surprised because of this stitch pattern. When you're knitting it flat, you're kind of knitting it's kind of like a staggered moss stitch. So when you're knitting it flat, you're looking at the back of it, doing the knit one, purl one, and it's very easy. Okay, confession. My close vision is getting kind of poor. Menopause. Pre-menopause, I still had to do this sometimes. Like, right? Like I did this a lot. They did this not infrequently. I have actually purchased bifocals. I can't wear them. They make me sicker than a dog. Right? Maybe like when my prescription gets needs to be stronger, but I had like the weakest close reading part, and I just ugh. There just was, I think there wasn't enough difference between the two for me to not have my eyes just move back in between them. And oh my gosh, totally made me nauseous. I really wore them for like 2 or 3 weeks and they still made me nauseous. I was fine in the house, but if I left the house, I was like, why am I getting sick every time I leave the house? And then it occurred to me, it's my bifocals. So yay, $500 for bifocals. Anyway, that was all to say. My close vision is not as good, and so trying to work staggered moss stitch sew on the wrong side is hard to see on fingering weight wool. And so it was easy for me to get off track. Now I did fairly well, but there were several places I had to, like, oh crud, and I had to rip back to the, halfway through a row of my entire giant body. But knitting it on the correct side, so knitting it in the round, is so much easier to see because you're looking at the right side of the fabric. It's making the sleeve much more pleasant to knit than I had anticipated. So yay that! Did I say that this pattern is by Locatelli? It is. Did I tell you that this is Brooklyn Tweed Loft in the Hayloft colorway? It is. So enjoyable. So yes, I am still enjoying this crazy sweater. Having a good time. Having a good time. Ooh, shedding all over it. Okay, so then I have my Piper's Journey shawl, which is a pattern by Paula Emons-Fuessle. It is a semicircular shawl that you work in stockinette, and then it has an applied border. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Okay, no, that's not how we go. So, the body of mine is knit with my Knitspin Farm bat vent. So 24 mini bats, chain plied all together. And then I'm doing the applied edging with Beaver Slide Dry Goods 2-ply Sport in the Bear Grass colorway. So right. I think it's pretty. And I forgot how enjoyable it is to knit this shawl. So the body, of course, is super easy peasy because it's just garter all the way through. And then the applied edging is so fun because it's like, what is it, like 16 stitches or something? So you just keep finishing a row. You don't have to look at a pattern if you're pretty comfortable with reading your own lace. It's a very intuitive lace pattern. And it goes so... It's just super pleasant, yo. Super pleasant. I'm very pleased with it. And I'm pleased with knitting it. And I think it's going to be an excellent Christmas shawl. What? Okay. And then I did finish the sock. I know, right? Once in a blue moon, I do that. I finished the sock. I am knitting... kind of like my car knitting, travel knitting, whatever knitting, is opal in this silly fun colorway. And here's my first sock. Isn't it cute? So I'm very pleased with it. Okay, so just a top down heel flap, no big fanciness sock. Enjoying it so much. And then the last thing I have to show you is a hat. And so this is, oh, wrong thing. Sorry. This is the Sheli hat by Sarah Jordan. And and it's based on the 3-cornered cookie. Okay, I looked up how to say it, and Sarah also told me, but I'm a wreck. Hamantishin. It's like totally like less fancy than I would think. It sounds just like you're saying the syllables. And so then when I just said it, it didn't sound like that, but I'm a failure. But so anyways, just in time for Purim, which I didn't even like realize. What? So this is how far I am. And this is beautiful handspun that was sent to me by Hey BrownBerry, who is Mars of the Hey BrownBerry podcast. And otherwise, are you enjoying? Are you on Instagram? I know Instagram is complicated for some folks, but if you're on Instagram, all the kids are in Norway. And it's gorgeous. Super gorgeous. Oof. Anyway, it is beautiful. So anyways, this was handspun that was sent to me by her, which is beautiful. And I am enjoying it so much. It is a 1-color brioche, and then it has the tri-corner top. So that's the tie-in with the cookie and this title and the whole thing. And it's biasing just slightly, which is super cute. And it feels wonderful. I know that I'm going to really enjoy wearing this hat. It just is very light and springy and stretchy, but without feeling it's going to be, I don't know, just enjoy it. I'm excited. Excited about it. So that's my knitting and my spinning and my stuff. I didn't show you my crochet squares. I did make some, but I'm packaging them up to send off today. Okay, let's face it. It's not going to happen today because I still need to weave it in of approximately 56. Whatever. I did weave them in as I went. I just need to do like the finish weaving. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. Enjoying myself though. I hope you can find good moments in your week. I hope a silver koi fish comes to you and that makes you feel like things are okay for a minute. That koi fish. That's really magical little koi fish. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.